with adversities comes good things, and we knew when Quentin Snyder went out, we were already limited in the backcourt because of a 2-scholarship reduction. So we had to try to make Tony Hicks and Ryan McMahon a point guard, and Tony's come a long way in a very short period of time, and that's helped us for when we may need him come latter part of the season. We moved the ball great. We shot it great. And one of the most impressive things, when you hold a team to 16% shooting and only give up 5-second shots, and for the game, 25, and give up 8 offensive rebounds, that doesn't happen too often. So the guys did a great job of blocking out, did a super job of passing, and real proud of the effort. I feel bad for Pitt because it's one of those nights I've been through in the pros where I've seen it happen.
Was Donovan a little bit more aggressive early on than what you saw in Florida State?
You know, I just think they were all passing the ball so well and moving so well, playing excellent defense, get out on the break. Even though Donovan had 29 points, I thought all the guys played great. I thought Anas played terrific, Mango played terrific. I thought Tony and Ryan did a great job. It was by far our best 40 minutes of the season.
You said you experienced this in the pros. Have you ever experienced a game like this in college basketball?
My first year at Kentucky, we had 6 scholarship players. We went to Kansas and lost a very similar game like this. And Roy Williams, who's become a very good friend of mine, at the end of the game when they were going in for dunks, and if I fouled, I was going to have 4 players. He said, "Do you want me to call a timeout for you?" I said, "No, I want you to put the worst 5 guys you have in your lineup in the game." But it happens. This is a good ball club. You know, about 4 or 5 years ago in the Big East, we had to win 7 out of 8 to make the tournament. We were having a tough year like Pitt is right now. We just said, we're going to win 7 out of 8, and we did it. And Pitt's got to do the same thing now. They just got to say, hey, okay, we're going to do this and get it done.
This is a team that beat Virginia, I think, just 3 weeks ago, and you had already played them once. Were you concerned that this was going to be like a really tough game?
I think every game's going to be tough. I sat on the bench and I said, boy, is this the biggest shock, you know, with the way we're moving and shooting and so on. So we just played a great game. 48 rebounds, 24 assists, shooting 58 for the game, 9 turnovers. Just played brilliant basketball.
Would you do it differently against Artists this time around?
We guarded him in the second half. You know, we tried to extend. He's having a great year. Young's terrific. You know, we tried to keep attacking them offensively to try and get some of the good players in foul trouble. But last game he was magnificent. Obviously, we couldn't let him be magnificent on the road.
When you talk about nights like this, Rick, where everything for one team's going right and for the other team it's the complete opposite. What contributes to that, or is it something just way more inexplicable? Or
Yeah, in the pros, what we say is, it's one of those nights. Forget about it, move on, because it happens in the pros. You know, when we beat the Chicago Bulls one time, opening game of the season, and everybody thought we were going to be great. It was one of those nights. I remember Michael Jordan telling Antoine Walker vividly, "Antoine, you're coming to Chicago in 2 weeks. Just wait." And they just kicked our ass. And so it's just, and the same thing like when Miami Heat go into Philadelphia opening game, and then Philadelphia only wins like 8 or 9 games the rest of the season. It happens. You can do nothing about it. You can make excuses, point fingers, or you can just say, hey, it's one of those nights. Let's get back. Let's win 5 or 6 in a row. Let's get our game plan and move on. It just happens. Not too often in college as much as the pros, but it does happen.
Anything else for Coach?
Rick, you've changed to other programs. Do you see maybe some growing pains where maybe the roster just isn't fitting the style that Kevin wants to play?
You know, look, I've been coaching a long time, and I've coached against Kevin quite often. He's one of the better minds in our game. But it's a transition period. Early in the season, they were playing great. And sometimes the coaches don't have an answer to certain things, and the players have to really come together and say, look, it's our last year. Artist Young, we're going to get this done. They got to do it. Coach can give all the speeches they want. It's got to come from within the players. They got to say, hey, it's our last year. We got to make this tournament. We're going to get on a run. We're going to do it. When you get knocked down, you judge players' value of how they get up. and you'll find out what Pitt's like and how they get up. But it's not indicative of tonight. But Kevin's a terrific coach. We've known each other a long, long time. He's as good a coach as there is in the game. Their bench is a little depleted right now, but their nucleus is intact, and they can win a lot of games still.
Coach, real quick, Tony Hicks, who's holding his right hand in that second half, he was saying at one point, kind of shoot left. Is he okay?
He jammed his finger, and he was playing real well, but it was good that Ryan got a chance to play. We got a day off tomorrow.
Rick, this is notoriously a tough place to play, and you guys have won 10 in a row against Pitt, 6 out of 7 here. Why do you think you guys have had so much success?
You know, we can't beat Virginia. It's always, it's just one of those things. There's no rhyme or reason, because this is a different coach right now, so it's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just who's playing better basketball, whose self-esteem is high. It's really no magical formula. We're a very young and experienced team. The only guy that has a little experience out there is hurt, Quentin Snyder. The rest of the guys haven't really played any minutes at all in the NCAA tournament. So we're getting better and better each week, and a great group of guys, and I'm lucky to have them.